Story 1. I have a tendency to be quite hot and cold. One day I will be clingy and want nothing but your attention. The next day I might just want some me time. Story 2. I cannot handle changing plans or changes of routine very well, and it comes out in anger and frustration. I have had a few very meaningful relationships and am married to a great man. I have been lucky to meet men who can put up with it, but I know it is not easy. Story 3. I am too happy as a single person, so anybody who comes into my life needs to add to it instead of making it more difficult. I would love a partner, but I love my peace more right now. Story 4. I am incredibly self-sufficient and not very needy. While I do not mind physical touch, I do not need or crave it nearly as much as most of my past partners do. I prefer to have only one partner at a time. Story 5.1. I find it difficult to open up. I lack self-confidence. I am overweight and not a big hiker, which is a huge minus when you live in the Northwest. I am awkward with intimacy, and a lot of this circles back to point 2. Story 6. A fear of rejection and abandonment is so strong that I don't say, do, or ask for anything too deep. It makes it seem like I'm the one who doesn't want more or has commitment issues when deep down that isn't true. I just need a significant amount of reassurance, and I'm a little too broken to ask for it. Story 7. The games have already been played on me, so I do not let much slide. It kind of sucks because I know I am pushing some things away that I did not need to. Story 8. I have been grieving since August 2022 when my boyfriend of 4 years passed away from an accidental drug overdose. He was 22 years old. I cannot make a connection with anyone since he died. I also suffer from borderline personality disorder and obsessive-compulsive disorder. I am considered a conventionally attractive woman, now 26. I get flirted with a lot. I have gone on dates and had a couple of hookups. I use dating applications. It just feels so disconnected. The same conversation, getting to know each other, the endless swiping, and wondering if I even want to put in the time and commitment to something that may be a waste of time. Story 9. I am in love with someone who is not interested in me, and until I get over that, no one else stands a chance. Story 10. Everyone in my life starts at a negative 1,000 trust level, and I also always prefer my own company over others. Story 11. I am the oldest sister. I can be bossy and overly nurturing. My husband loves me regardless, but he does have to remind me to relax sometimes and stop being overly energetic. Story 12. And I guess I have a deep-rooted fear of being abandoned, but I also want to be loved. It's a push and pull of being avoidant while not wanting to feel this way. However, I feel that I have to keep my distance so that no one hurts me like I have been hurt before. Story 13. I have so many mental illnesses, including schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and obsessive-compulsive disorder, to name a few. I have to take many pills each day just to not lose my mind. Luckily, I managed to find the one person in the world who can handle me. 10 years and going strong. Story 14. I am a 31-year-old man who has been single my whole life. I don't even have enough time for all my friends. If a brave or desperate individual were to approach me romantically, I wouldn't even know how to react. I would just be a big disappointment in terms of communication. Story 15. Genital herpes. What's worse is that it usually catches people by surprise upon disclosure. I got it when I was 18. Story 16. I am very independent and content with my solitude. I enjoy being alone. It is hard to open up and let someone into my life who could potentially disrupt my peace. Story 17. I am busy. Unless you want to come to the concert on Friday, comedy show on Saturday, book club on Sunday, yoga on Wednesday, and trivia on Thursday, I just do not have time for you. Bonus. I truly enjoy being single so that I can do all the things without having to consider another person's wishes. Story 18. I don't drink or use hard drugs anymore. I still enjoy going to see bands, dancing, and dressing nicely. I am working on some serious long-term dreams. It is hard to be around people who get wasted, cheat, or lack drive and ambition. Story 19. I expect a reciprocal level of effort from my partner, and am more than willing to reduce my effort level to match theirs. Most people did not seem to handle that too well for whatever reason, including my current wife of over 20 years. Story 20. I'm a stubborn person. My boyfriend is a ski instructor, or well, he used to be, and his teaching me was not effective. Story 21. I have expectations of mutual respect, consistency, effort, and understanding. I do not expect perfection, but I expect more than the bare minimum, and I have found it extremely difficult to find that. Story 22. I have noticed I act my best when I meet a new interest, but it is not good in the long run for me or the other person. Story 23. Probably my obsessive-compulsive disorder. My partner is amazing, but I can tell my need for things to be done the right way does get on their nerves. I try to let them do things their way, but I struggle not to go back through what they just did to do it the right way, and that has been the main issue. I am trying to work on teaching my brain that my way doesn't necessarily mean the right way, even if it seems like a very logical reason to do it that way. Story 24. I am terrible at communicating. I am trying to combat this with combined therapy and close friends teaching me how to improve. Story 25. I am genuinely content being alone. If I am dating someone, they have to make me happier than I would be being by myself. Story 26. I have to spend time alone. It is great when you want to go out and do things with your friends, but when it comes to holidays and similar occasions, it becomes difficult for me, which means it becomes difficult for you. Story 27. I can be unresponsive when it comes to showing affection, and I usually don't show affection like hugs and other gestures unless prompted to. Story 28. There's only one guy I want, and he doesn't want me, so I can't date anyone as nobody else catches my attention or attraction. Story 29. I haven't dated, but I am guessing that a great many people would be turned off by the amount of garlic and onions I eat. On the upside, my breath could kill a vampire. Story 30. I am insecure and need reassurance every now and then. I am grateful my boyfriend knows this and fully makes fun of me for it. Story 31. I am insecure and clingy with a constant fear of abandonment. My thinking is black and white, so if you do something that upsets me, I will split and convince myself that I hate you as a defense mechanism. This way, I can leave first and avoid getting hurt. Dating is genuinely difficult for me. It is awful to be self-aware but unable to change. Staying single is better for both my mental health and for whoever would be unfortunate enough to be my partner. Story 32. I cannot commit and I have a tendency to get bored. I do not like drama and gossip, so I will not partake, but I have a lot of things going on in my life. I also have a wide variety of friends, many of them men. I also have a high sexual appetite. I am friends with all my exes. I also do not care if men approach me. I am not going to be rude and shut someone down. I will be polite and cordial. It is not like I am going to go home with them. I have a low threshold for possessive behavior. I do not think it is attractive, and that goes both ways. I am not going to be that clingy girl or that girl who gets jealous. That is not going to happen. Story 33. I have lived most of my life in my room. Even when I was part of a social group in school, I was never invited to hang out, nor did I take the initiative. I have become so dependent on being in my room and on my computer that my social battery is non-existent. I can handle a solid hour of socializing before wanting to leave and just be in my room. I prefer being alone, playing video games and other activities. Story 34. I think doing fun things is a hassle. I wake up very early and work out every day. On work days, I want to get home, get comfortable, make a martini, and relax. On weekends, I want to work out, shower, make a martini, and relax. If someone said to me, I want to pick you up in a limousine, take you to a concert of your favorite band, sit in the front row, pay for everything, and all you have to do is have fun, I would only go to be polite since they went to all that trouble for me, and I would really have to pretend to enjoy it. If they said, I want to come over, watch television, have a drink, and chat with you, I would enjoy it 10,000 times more. Story 35. I am a natural flirt and connect with others too easily. Most of my relationships become reassurance battles, which can be exhausting for me no matter how loyal I prove myself to be. I am also quite self-sufficient. Many people I dated only saw me as entertainment or as a friend, so when I want some time to myself, they naturally feel a bit left out. These two factors have led to many breakups in person and in long-distance relationships. Story 36. Sometimes I just need to have things my way, like how to wash dishes and how to arrange items on the shelves. Story 37. I feel negative emotions very strongly and find them very hard to control and manage without substances. I try not to let it affect my relationships, but it can be so hard during an argument, making it 100 times worse. Story 38. I am an intelligent woman with an assertive personality who recognizes manipulation tactics. Apparently, this makes me undateable to a truly horrifying number of men. Story 39. I don't take anything seriously, and I'm too laid back. I make jokes out of things I shouldn't because I think I'm a comedian. I also run hot, so I need my house cold. Story 40. I am selfish. I snap. I like chaos in relationships because that is all I have known in my personal life. I self-sabotage when things are going well and are peaceful. I am confrontational and insensitive. However, when I care a lot. I am sure it is difficult when someone dates me and they do care about me, but they eventually find out who I really am. Story 41. I am too independent. I do not want to be considerate or share anything. Maybe I just have not met the right person. If there is conflict or issues, I cannot be bothered to solve them and I just leave. I walk away too easily. I am somewhat distant, but I can also be somewhat annoying. Story 42. You can't really be passive-aggressive with me. I catch on to it pretty fast, obsessively, and will pressure you until you tell me your problem. I have a fear of miscommunication. Story 43. I do not drink and I dislike being anywhere there are intoxicated people. Pubs, bars, clubs, and even restaurants are largely off-limits. Story 44. I have never dated before, even well into my adulthood, so there is some inexperience. Being asexual can make things tricky. Story 45. My domestic abuse trauma. I need someone who understands trauma and my situation, who is patient, understanding, and learns everything about me, as I would for them too. And luckily, I do have that someone. Story 46. I'm either going to love bomb you or text you when I'm drunk and feeling affectionate. There is no in between. I'm loyal or transactional. And before I get negative feedback, I am very aware of this flaw and choose not to pursue a relationship outside of leaving $40 on a dresser because I don't want anyone who may really love me one day going through that. I might be difficult, but I'm not cruel, and I am considerate. I am either one extreme or the other. Story 47. My interest is in people and how someone could like another person romantically. I am not interested in animals. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.